All right, we are live on the Coach Eli television network. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the late night with Coach Eli edition. I'm so glad you could all join me here this very early Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, September 7th, 2021. And if you're watching live, welcome. If you're watching on the replay, whenever this may be, you're going to want to watch this whole stream because this is evergreen content. And I'm going to show you some things here today that are going to be pretty interesting. Interesting things you probably would never think that you would see or could possibly happen. But if you are an appreciative type of person like myself, anything and everything is possible. Now, it's not going to be the longest stream. It's only going to be about 30 to 45 minutes. I wasn't even going to go live today, but I really wanted to get this information out. And I may even cut a portion of this and make it a pre-recorded video because I think parts of this are going to be that important for people to see. Before we get to all that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. And let me just very briefly check out the back end of YouTube. Make sure it's running smoothly, and it is. Back end of Facebook is rolling well, and DLive is rolling smoothly. All right, let's get right to it here. The topic of the show is my thoughts about people that lack appreciation and consideration. One more time, my thoughts about people that lack appreciation and consideration. I have to tell you, folks, in this crazy modern digital world we all live in today, I have never seen such a lack of appreciation and consideration as I've seen in this modern world. When I was born and raised in the 70s, 1973, throughout the 70s and 80s, and maybe even the early 90s, you used to hear people say, please, and thank you, and have a nice day. Have a great day. And now those very meaningful and simple, courteous phrases seem to have, disappeared. Like people are so busy and so into whatever it is that they're doing for themselves. They're so selfish that they don't take other people's thoughts and feelings into consideration. And how does that affect you? It affects you tremendously. I'm going to show you how being an appreciative type of person and a considerate type of person will make your life easier and actually help you get what you want. Yeah. So let's get right to it. How's this show going to go tonight? I have some screenshots to show you folks. I have a story to share with you folks that happened yesterday. Okay, it happened yesterday. Okay, it's after midnight now, so I'm still up in the same day, but it's after midnight. So this happened yesterday. And this is involving YouTube. And I'm mentioning YouTube as an example. I'm going to show you an example from YouTube because most creators out here, especially ones that are monetized, are very unappreciative of the way YouTube is doing things to protect their platform and their sponsors, right? Most people are upset when they get the yellow icon, which stands for not suitable for most advertisers, right? They'll submit their videos for manual review, and most of the time they get confirmed by manual review that their video is still not suitable for most advertisers to be sponsored, right? And they get upset, right? And then they talk smack about YouTube, right? Then they go on Twitter and try to get YouTube to, revert their status of the yellow icon to green. And the way they talk with, YouTube on Twitter is very disrespectful. Folks, do you not understand that you're only going to get back what you give? If you're rude to people, they're not going to take you seriously, and they're not going to more than likely be willing to help you, right? But if you're professional, respectful, and mature, like I always say, I preach that. I think I'm going to create some t-shirts that say professional, respectful, and mature. And even if other people recreate those t-shirts, I'll create my own version. That's coming soon. So stick around for that. But let me share with you what happened. Let me share with you what happened today. Most of you know I've been monetized for almost 2 years now. This channel has been around for almost 3 years. So it took me almost a year to get monetized when I started this channel on the YouTube. You know, we're also simulcasting on Facebook and DLive, but I'm just talking about YouTube right now. And I take a lot of pride in creating good content that's within the ad-friendly guidelines, the community guidelines, and the copyright guidelines, right? But above and beyond the guidelines of YouTube, whether they're community guidelines, copyright guidelines, or ad-friendly guidelines, I'm a good guy that wants to create good, positive content, right? So despite the community guidelines that YouTube has in place, the terms of service, right? I personally, deep within, want to create content that's good, clean content. Sure, I'll say an F-bomb every now and then, but you're allowed to do that. That's within YouTube's ad-friendly guidelines. Occasional profanity used in the right context will not necessarily get you demonetized. And it's never gotten me demonetized for throwing down a few F-bombs every now and then, as long as they're in the right context. Right context matters. And that's another thing that people don't understand out here, right? Context matters, right? If you're expressing how you feel, if you say, I feel effing great, I don't feel like swearing right now, so I'm just going to abbreviate it, right? I feel effing great. That's fully monetizable. You're expressing how you feel. You feel effing great, right? But if you are doing a reaction video or you have somebody on the live stream panel and you tell somebody to F off, right? You see the difference there? If you say, I feel effing great, it's more of a positive way to use the F word. If you tell somebody on your stream or in a reaction video to F off, that's a negative way to use the F word. Do you understand? Do you see the difference in context, right? Now, I know many of you don't care because you're just really, really hateful people. The truth of the matter is the people that, are hateful people don't care. They hate themselves. That's the problem, right? But let me share with you what happened here today. Now, on my channel, since I've been monetized for almost 2 years, I've probably done, at least 400 or 500 videos between live streams and pre-recorded videos. I'd say about 500, right? Out of those 500 videos, only 2 of my videos have been confirmed by manual review to not be suitable for most advertisers, the yellow icon, right? And I realized why, they were confirmed under manual review to not be suitable for most advertisers. The last time that happened to me was a year and a half ago. For the last year and a half, I have not had any videos that were confirmed by YouTube, by a human reviewer, under manual review to be not suitable for most advertisers, also known as the yellow icon, right? Take a lot of pride in that. Now, I've had a lot of live streams that get demonetized in the middle of the stream, but then I submit it for manual review, and by the next day or day after, it gets confirmed by manual review and reverted back to green as suitable for all advertisers, right? So again, for the last year and a half, I have not had any manual reviews of my monetizable content get confirmed by manual review that it is not suitable for most advertisers and getting the yellow icon, right? Until yesterday, Let me show you this. Let me go over to the browser source here and show you this. I took a screenshot of this, right? As you see on your screen right there, okay? This is the live stream section. YouTube now in the back end shows live and pre-recorded videos, uploads and live videos, right? And the stream I did yesterday, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, you see up there, I can't use a mouse in this section. At the top, it says monetization on. If you look right below that, there's a yellow icon that says limited, and then it says restrictions, ad suitability. For the stream I did the other day, why men don't ask for help. Guys need to start supporting each other, right? And then the thumbnail is, are men too proud to ask for help? Sorry, are men too proud to ask for help, right? Now, what happened with this video or with this stream? While I was doing it live a few days ago on September 4th, 2021, in the middle of the stream, it got demonetized. And then I submitted it for manual review. And 1 hour after the stream ended and it processed, it flipped back to green. So I was thinking to myself, it was either approved under manual review and turned back to green, suitable for all advertisers, or under manual review. Sorry, did I just say that? Either under manual review and they approved it, or it flipped back to green automatically through the automated system. But remember, I'd already submitted it for manual review, right? So 1 day later, which was yesterday, okay, or the day before yesterday, sorry, it was yesterday, a couple days, 1 or 2 days later, I was looking at my YouTube Studio app and I saw a yellow icon on a video that had flipped back to green. And I went in there and it said, what it says right at the top here, if you look at the top right, it says, ad suitability confirmed by review. This video has been confirmed by manual review as not suitable for most advertisers. It remains fully playable and it is eligible to earn subscription revenue from YouTube Premium. I'm like, wow, a human reviewer confirmed my very, very plain and vanilla stream I did on why men don't ask for help. Guys, we need to start supporting each other. And then the thumbnail says, are men too proud to ask for help? I mean, it doesn't get any more vanilla than that, folks. Like this had to be a mistake, right? Most people would get upset and most people would get triggered, right? But not me. Not me. I stayed calm and I'm like, I have a good standing with YouTube. You have to understand, keeping a good standing with YouTube is going to help you overturn these situations. If you respect the YouTube platform and you appreciate the platform and you're considerate to the platform and their rules, etc., okay, you're going to have the best chance of solving these issues, right? So what happened? What did I do next? Well, first of all, let me show you this real quick. Let me show you, if I turn off the picture here, and just show you. Let me show you, those are my uploads. They're all green. You see them there, right? You see the green icons, right? If I go over to the live video, these are upcoming streams. Oh, I'm monetized on this stream still right now. Thank you for not demonetizing me on another vanilla topic, YouTube. These are upcoming streams I haven't done. They're just sitting there in the queue. But this is the last stream. Everybody wants to rule the world, right? And there's the other one there. It's green. I'll explain what happened there in a second. You see how green this whole channel is? I'm going to go down the bottom here and change it to show the last 50, right? I'm going to go through a few pages here and show you folks that I'm not BSing you. I'm doing this live on the air, okay? Let me just zoom out here. Why is it not letting me do that? Okay, here we go. Let me see here real quick. Let's go to the next 50 here. I'm going to have to keep going back and forth because it's off the screen. Okay, here's another 50. I'm going to go through this quickly. Now, I had a couple members only live streams. You're not allowed to monetize those, so I turned monetization off myself. And then a video that I put to private and turned off monetization as well. So those don't count. But look at the rest of them here, okay? I'm going to go just through a few pages here to show you folks that I'm not BSing you, and keeping a good, clean record with YouTube is going to make a huge difference when you're trying to resolve minor issues. I'm just going to go through a couple more pages here. As you can see, they're all green, right? All green, right? Let's just keep scrolling through. Let's go one more page just to show you that I'm not BSing you, right? We're now at April 16th, right? I've shown you the last 200 streams I've done. They're all green, right? Vanilla content, right? It's good content. It's entertaining and engaging, but it's good, interesting, entertaining, clean content, advertiser friendly. Okay? I think I've shown you folks enough, right? So what did I do? I went over to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter, right? At Team YouTube. Can you please take a second look at this? This is a very ad-friendly video and was confirmed by manual review as not. And I shared the link. Thanks for your help in advance. You see what I wrote? At Team YouTube, can you please, no one says please anymore, right? Please take a second look at this. Thanks for your help in advance. Please, thank you. Taking their thoughts and feelings into consideration and also understanding that, hey, people make mistakes. Even the people at YouTube, they're human beings. They make mistakes. I knew this was a mistake. My content is so vanilla. My content is so vanilla. Never mind. I wasn't going to say the joke I was going to say. I was going to say it puts Vanilla Ice to shame, but anyway, stupid joke, man. It's late at night. So let's go further down. What did YouTube write? Thanks. They got back to me almost right away. Thanks for the tag. We've passed your video URL along to our team for a closer look, and we'll reach back out as soon as we have more info to share. Hang tight for an update, right? I was like, this is on Labor Day. This was on Labor Day. They had somebody there. They had people working there on Labor Day. They got back to me right away and they forwarded my URL and my tweet to their internal team for a closer look. And literally 1 hour later, as you saw earlier, let's go back here. Okay? Let's go back to the beginning. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. The same video. You see this right here? Are men too proud to ask for help? Why men don't ask for help? You can't totally see it there. You have to go in here. Why men don't ask for help? Guys, we need to start supporting each other. It is public and it is fully monetized green. Let me refresh the page here so you guys and gals don't think I'm BSing you. Let me refresh the page. Let's go back down. There it is, right there, fully monetized. I was like blown away. This is Labor Day. And because I handled this respectfully, professionally, and maturely, and I was courteous, they took care of me. They reverted the decision. At that point, most of you would have just said, okay, I'm back, I'm back in business, all taken care of. You would say, screw YouTube, right? You should have got it right the first time, right? But what did I do? I like to create good karma, right? So what did I do? I went back on Twitter. Before YouTube even got back to me, I was proactive and I wrote them this. Look at that right there. At Team YouTube, I just noticed that my video was remonetized and I greatly thank you for your quick assistance regarding this matter. I also understand mistakes happen as we are all human. Thank you once again for your great support. Happy Labor Day and enjoy the rest of your day. I can guarantee you that 99.9% of everyone else in this same exact situation would not even take the time to write something back like that and be courteous and appreciative of that. Why? Because you all take things for granted. Why do I treat people this way? Why do I treat people this good? Because that's the way I want to be treated. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I could not wait to share this story because I love YouTube and I love the way they run the company and they've done a damn good job. Now, why did they take care of me? They took care of me. Let's go back to full screen for a second. They took care of me because I have a channel in good standing. What I assume happens on YouTube is they look to see how many copyright strikes you have on your channel, which I have none. How many community guideline strikes you have, which I have none. Sorry, none. Okay? How many content ID claims do you have on your channel? I have none, right? They look to see how many of your videos have been fully monetized out of your last 50 videos. All of mine have been, right? And they probably generate a trust score for each channel based on all those factors. So when a human reviewer goes in there, okay, that does things the right way, they're going to see this trust score, and more than likely, they're just going to flip you back to green if you get demonetized without even looking at your video, right? I put myself in a position of trust, right? Now, why did I make a big deal out of this one video? Right? I could have let it go, right? It would have stayed confirmed as not suitable for most advertisers. And it wouldn't have really affected me that much because I went to go check and there were still ads playing on it. Okay? The reason why I did it is because if by chance I could get it overturned, which I did, it would make my status with my already great status with YouTube even greater, right? It doesn't hurt to try, folks. It doesn't hurt to try. And now, if we go back to the browser screen and we turn off the Windows capture and go back to the images here, if I go to the next image, what happened an hour later? An hour later, I get this email. 2 of your videos are suitable for all advertisers. Hi, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Great news. After manually reviewing 2 of your videos, we've determined that they are suitable for all advertisers. And look at which one is at the top there. The one that I had to submit to Twitter after they confirmed it as not suitable for most advertisers. Now, they reconfirmed it back and I get an email. Why men don't ask for help? Guys, we need to start supporting each other. Then, the stream I did yesterday, I submitted for manual review. It got demonetized in the middle of the stream. It was green for most of the stream. Got demonetized. I submitted it for manual review. Then an hour after the stream, it flipped to green. And now I just got confirmation that they flipped it back to green under manual review. So I never have to worry about it flipping again. Everybody wants to rule the world, plus 80s dance stream coming 9/7/21. That stream tomorrow, as of right now, is still on. But if something comes up and I can't do it, I'll do it later on during the week. I wanted to just update you folks on that because, I was just reminded of that because it's on the screen there as a video that was demonetized and now has been remonetized. So that is that. Now, I'm going to tell you in a second here. Let me see. Let's go back to full screen. And before I get to these two Reddit postings real quick, we are at 25 minutes. I'm going to tell you how much I appreciate YouTube. I'm going to show you something right now that if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have never been able to figure this out, and it would have cost me $140 to get a brand new pair of Ray-Bans. I not only appreciate this platform on YouTube as a content creator, but also as a content consumer. Now, wait till you see this, okay? Now, I have some Ray-Bans that I purchased about 8 years ago or so, 8 or 9 years ago. I got a very good deal. They're the Ray-Ban Wayfarers. I'll show you them here in a second. They retail for about $140, but I found a really good deal online back then, a special. It was $110, and they are authentic Ray-Bans. They're the real Ray-Bans, okay? And they've lasted, right? But if you've had sunglasses, especially black sunglass frames, the problem with the color black is that if anything white is smeared on it, or if there's oxidation on your sunglasses, it's white. It looks really bad. It's really hard to remove. Let me show you what I mean here. Okay, I'm going to show you one side of my sunglasses here, on the side here. Okay, if you see this right there, do you see with my clear camera? My Sony a6400, you should see how oxidized that is, right? See this right here? And you see if we go down here, you see that white spot right there? Now, if I flip this around, let me show you the other side, okay? Let me show you this right there. You see how oxidized that is? This stuff just doesn't come off, okay? So what happens? How does that happen, right? I'm going to show you the other side in a second. Wait till you see this. How does that happen? Well, when you go hiking or walking or you're out and about and it's warm and you sweat, okay? Your sweat along with, if you're walking along a beach or anything like that, salt will deposit on your sunglasses plus the environment, and it builds up. It's called oxidation. The same thing happens to cars after a while on their paint, right? So I've been trying to figure out a way on how to get rid of that oxidation and make my Ray-Ban sunglasses look brand new, like the day I bought them. So I have to spend $140 on a new pair, right? So what did I do? I did a search on YouTube, and I found this one channel where this guy recommended something, and he showed in the video that it actually works. It will remove the oxidation, and it will make your sunglasses look like brand new. And let me tell you what he recommended. I'm going to show you this right here, right now. It's an unpaid endorsement. He recommended this. Well, there's a bunch of green here that my green screen's filtering out, but it's the Rain-X headlight restoration kit. I love how the green screen plays tricks, right? Rain-X headlight restoration kit. Okay. Now, in this package, it includes, this is about $19, 18, $19. It has a microfiber cloth. It has the main thing. It's called Headlight Restorer. Okay. The green screen's playing tricks on me today. Then there's lubricant. And then there's sealant, right? Whoever thought that a headlight restoration kit, that looks funny on the green screen, the yellow is kind of going crazy. Yeah, whoever thought a headlight restoration kit could clean sunglasses? This Rain-X kit was made to remove oxidation from your headlight, frames. How many of you have had an older car where when you turn on your lights, they're not as bright because the plastic framing, the plastic housing, which is the lens area of your headlights, it's so fogged up, that's oxidation, and it's so hard to remove that you need something special to remove it. Well, this is what that's for. This is for removing oxidation from, your headlight, the frames, the plastic housing in front, right? This guy said this works exactly the same way for sunglasses. You first use the headlight restorer to remove the oxidation, and then you use the lubricant to. What the lubricant does is it lubes it up, and it also makes sure that every bit of the oxidation has been removed, right? And then after that, you put on the sealant, and the sealant actually makes it look very shiny, and it seals it and protects it, so it's harder for the oxidation to hit it in the future, or it will take longer, right? So I was playing around with this a little bit for about 5 minutes. I haven't completely finished my sunglasses or finished cleaning them, but I'm going to show you the other side right now. Okay, first of all, I'm going to show you the side that has not been treated again. Okay, you see that? Look at that oxidation right there, right? Look at the other side, right? See that? Okay. Now, I still need to do a little work on the other side. There are a few spots, but let me show you the difference of the other side that I treated here. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see the difference? Let me try to get in as close as possible. That's this side, and that is the other side. Now, there's still a little bit of oxidation. I need to go over it again, like right there, and even like right there, but you can tell the difference, right? I'm going to need to go over it again, and it will completely remove it. I need a little work on the back side, but the front, I think I did a pretty good job, okay? Let's just compare it again. Let's go back to the other side so you folks can see the before and the after, right? Okay? How big of a difference is that? Okay? Now, the reason why I mentioned this story is I appreciate YouTube, and I appreciate being able to come to a place where people can actually create videos and show us how to handle things like this, because there's no product out there to clean oxidation off of sunglasses, off of the frames of sunglasses, right? And when you have $140 sunglasses, the last thing you want to do is buy new sunglasses every year or two once they get oxidized, right? And here's the thing. These Ray-Bans, these things last forever, right? These frames are solid. Like, these are solid. I've had this pair of sunglasses for like 8 years, right? And they're solid. The only problem is the oxidation, right? Now, thanks to YouTube and one awesome content creator that creates DIY, do-it-yourself videos like this, because of what he put out there, I found a solution for what, $18? You can get this Rain-X headlight restoration kit for $18. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Ace Hardware or many other sites. Now, I actually went to my local Ace Hardware to get it because for some reason, ordering this online, wherever I would order online, it was going to take until September 15th to get it. And I wanted it sooner than that. Today's the 7th. It was going to take a week, right? And the only store that I found in my area that had it in stock where I can go and pick it up was Ace Hardware. I went down there, I got it. It was like $18.99, and that's it. It's all good. So, folks, that's why I appreciate YouTube. I'm a very appreciative person in general, right? You don't hear me complain a lot about YouTube, if ever. If I complain about anything on the YouTube, it's some of the people that use this platform and I feel abuse this platform, but I hardly, very rarely, if ever, complain about Team YouTube. I understand their job. I understand they're dealing with tons of people. I'm not the only monetized channel they have. They have probably millions of monetized channels, right? And because of that, it just blows me away how quickly they took care of me today. And I'm a very small channel. And why did they take care of me? Because I took care of them. They took care of me because I took care of them by running such a good, clean channel to the point of where when they looked at my channel, they're like, this guy's a good, clean guy. Let's forward this and let's take care of him, right? Do you guys want to be taken care of by these social media platforms? Take care of them. Be proactive. Follow the guidelines. Be a good person. And trust me, you'll get a lot further ahead doing it that way. All right, we are at 36 minutes. Let's switch over to the browser screen again. I'm going to go over 2 very quick Reddit postings and go off the air in about 10 or 15 minutes. So if anyone's here with questions, comments, or concerns, please get them in on DLive, Facebook, or YouTube. All right, let's make the switch. The question posed in the subreddit Ask Reddit is, how do you deal with ungrateful people? And this one woman says, stop doing stuff for them. Stop doing stuff for them, ignore them, right? Here's another one. Stop doing things for them. Write them down on the list? Oh, why? You too? I found the quiet kid. That makes no sense. Be grateful. You feel the underside of my car? Thud, thud. These people, are not even responding to the topic. Here we go. Forgive them. Be grateful myself, and if necessary, put some distance between us. I'm a counselor, so I will often rationalize ungrateful behavior. Comes from a mixture of trauma and personality, but that's for my peace of mind. I don't express this unless asked or am in a session. I don't always do this stuff, but it is my goal. And I do it if I'm aware of how I am reacting. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, counselor. That was great. That was fantastic. I agree with you. The people that are ungrateful, and lack appreciation and consideration typically have their own issues deep within that are unresolved. They typically are unhappy within themselves for some reason, right? And they're projecting. That's what it typically usually boils down to. The counselor said it perfectly. When I was reading this earlier, I was like, yeah, this is great. This is great. I totally agree. How very graceful of you. All right. A counselor or like the camp counselor at Camp Anawana. I only take advice from camp counselors. This is ridiculous. You're not even taking this seriously, right? Sometimes people don't notice the things we do for them until we stop doing it. That's true. Because they take it for granted. They take you for granted, right? If they know you're a nice person and you will keep on doing things for anyone, no matter what, there are people that will keep taking advantage of you and taking you for granted until you stop. And once you stop, then they're going to come out and say, hey, is there anything wrong, dude? You stop doing what you're doing, right? And they know what they're doing. They were taking advantage of you initially. And now you finally figured it out, and they're trying to convince you that they weren't taking advantage of you so they can keep on taking advantage of you. If it's possible, Adios, motherfucker. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. I could not have said any better myself. Adios, mofo. Right. Nicely said there. Maybe not so nicely said, but hey, I get it, dude. I get it. Essentially, I just do what I want to do, and if that involves helping someone out or supporting them or something, that's just what's happening. Right. You give to give, not give to get. You give without expectation. Okay? Just keep being you. Now, don't continue doing things for people that are very, very noticeably ungrateful, right? But in general, do what you love to do. Help people because you love to help people without obligation. And the right people will respect and appreciate you, and they will give back to you tenfold over the course of time. You just have to be patient. If they see what I did, that's fine. And if they don't, that's fine too. There are many reasons someone might not see everything that's in front of them. If you want to do it, just do it. If you get a thank you, that's just a bonus. That should not be a bonus. That should be standard, common courtesy. I was talking about that at the beginning of the stream. Okay? Listen to this. If you get a thank you, that's just a bonus. If somebody asks me for a favor and I agree to it and they don't say, thanks, dude, or thanks, man, I really appreciate it, I'll get you back, right? I don't care if they get me back. What I care about is if they say, thank you, I appreciate it, right? It's so simple to say those words. Thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Blah, blah, blah. It takes 2 seconds, yet most people don't do it. People do things for me all the time, and I try to acknowledge everything, but if someone doesn't, that's okay. Well, that's the problem in the modern world. We are allowing people to not be courteous. Common courtesy isn't so common anymore, right? See, like I said, if somebody asks me for a favor, right, and I agree to it, and then they don't say, I appreciate it, thank you, right? If they don't do that, at that point, if I'm on the phone with them, or if we're emailing, or if we're in person, once we're not on the phone or in person, and I, go back to doing what I was doing on my own, and I think about it, I change my mind. I won't help them. I don't help people that don't appreciate my help, right? And all it takes to show appreciation is not even money. If I'm going to help you for free and you can't say, thank you, I appreciate it, I appreciate you, man, you don't know how much this means to me, which takes 2 seconds, I won't do it, right? But you're being nice here and saying, but if someone doesn't say, thank you, I appreciate it, you're like, it's okay. Yes, you're okay with it because you're a strong, mature, person, right? That can let things go. But deep down inside, you know that they're a person without common courtesy, and more than likely a selfish person and inconsiderate, right? It won't change how I treat them unless it is extreme. Yeah, but here's the thing. Extreme or not, it doesn't matter. If people are unappreciative, it doesn't matter. Even a minor level of unappreciation is going to not make me feel like helping that person, especially if it's for free. You're being way too nice here. I used to be that way, and guess where it got me? Nowhere. And even then, I might put up with it for a while for any number of reasons. Maybe you're bored and have nothing better to do. Maybe you're young, you haven't figured this out yet. But quite frankly, what you wrote there is the quickest and easiest way to get used and abused and taken advantage of. Ghosting them. That's true. Hey, this is the one time I agree where you should ghost people. When they're ungrateful, ghost them. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Yeah. Yes. Unappreciative people. Right? Unappreciative people that lack appreciation and consideration deserve to be ghosted. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. All right, let me check the chat here real quick. Give me just a second. All right, we are good. We're good. Ungrateful laugh. Don't expect people to be grateful, just appreciate when they are. The lepers in the Bible never thanked Jesus. That's rude. That's rude. They should have thanked Jesus, the Lord. Eat them? Oh, I'm not going to read what that guy said. I don't agree. You shouldn't use violence. Nobody owes each other anything. That's true. But if you ask somebody for something, if you ask someone for a favor, especially if you're not paying them and you don't appreciate it, by saying, thank you, I appreciate it. Come on, man. Unless both parties agree ahead of time, your expectation of gratefulness or returning the favor is just going to leave you frustrated. Listen, if I'm going to do a favor for somebody, I don't expect anything in return. But what I do expect is at least a thank you. Dude, thank you for taking the time to do this. I'm going to owe you one. I appreciate you, right? It's showing your gratitude. So unless both parties agree ahead of time, your expectation of gratefulness or returning the favor is just going to leave you frustrated. It turns out most people can't read minds. Don't do things for people if you can't handle the consequences. Yeah, but as you guys are probably young here in this forum, right? Or at least people responding. As you get older, you learn how to better filter people out, right? You learn, the people that are worthy of doing things for and people that are not. I just lose my shit. That's not the mature way to handle it, right? I know it is, but the proper way, I think you meant to say, I know it's not the proper way to behave or whatever, but I'm a very grateful person, so I guess it just riles me. I used to be like that in my younger days, right? And quite frankly, the person that doesn't lose their shit is the one that's more mature and is the one that is always going to be respected more. Okay? If you lose your shit because you do something for someone and they're ungrateful, right? Okay? You're going to look really bad amongst other people that are grateful for what you've done or your friendship or business relationship or whatever. And if you keep losing your shit, they're gonna think you're crazy and they're not going to want to do business with you anymore or be your friend anymore. You let it go. That's all you do. You let it go. You're like, whatever, right? And then you get really good at, get really good with your intuition regarding the people that, are worthy of you doing things for them. And like I said, an example, if a friend of yours comes and asks you for a favor and they don't say, could you please help me out with this, man? I would appreciate it. Okay, bro, absolutely. Thank you, dude. I'm very grateful and thankful that you're willing to help me. It means a lot to me, man. And I'll get you back, right? If they can't even say that 2 seconds, come on. No need to lose your shit. Just don't do it for them, right? Tell them their mama raised I'm not going to read that. It'll get demonetized. A whole A $ B word. And that they're piece of dog do for it or no one else is going to teach them. Well, I can agree with you on that. But again, why would you say that? Because someone took advantage of you and now you're frustrated and you're letting it get to you, right? When you let it get to you, not only did the person that, took advantage of you for however you helped them. Now the person you took advantage of is seeing you lose your shit because of them taking advantage of you. Now they're going to be laughing at you more. Put spiders in their blanket. Leave them. All right, one more here. This one has no comments, but I wanted to read this real quick. We are at 50 minutes. This is from the subreddit Off My Chest. So sick of the ungrateful people in my life. I truly am so sick of my mommy and husband with their childish ways. Ooh, really? Wow. I have been planning a trip. Give me a second here. Let me align this. I have been planning a trip since the end of February to go visit my oldest son and granddaughter at the end of May. My husband, mother, and youngest son are going. This time also coincides with my 9-year wedding anniversary. Ooh. Yeah, that's important. You've been with a woman for 9 years and you don't plan on celebrating that, then why are you even in that relationship? Right? But let me read on, because I've read this before, and this is interesting. Well, my husband proceeded to tell me last Thursday that he didn't want to go. No real reason, just didn't want to go. So it's during your 9-year anniversary and your husband doesn't want to spend that with you. If I was with a woman for 9 years, first of all, I'd be madly in love with her, and I would be there for her, not only on that day, but any other day she would need me to be there for her. So it sounds like to me, your husband's fallen in love with you, or he wants to stay behind and start doing the nasty with someone else while you're gone. I think he has a real issue with the close relationship I have with my youngest son. No, he has an issue with you, ma'am. He's not attracted to you anymore, ma'am. Maybe you gained some weight. Maybe your attitude's different. Maybe his attitude changed, right? There's not a man on the planet that truly loves his wife that wouldn't drop everything to go on an amazing trip like this and also to celebrate your 9-year anniversary at the same time. Ma'am, you're being a bit naive and gullible. He's going to be banging some other broad while you're gone. I guess since he never got spoiled by his mother, he thinks I should spoil mine. But sorry, I am the breadwinner in the... There you go! Ding, 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 ding! I am the breadwinner in the house, and I will see fit how I spend my money since all the bills are paid. Ma'am, you're an alpha female, right? And you're dealing with the beta mod, 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 beta mod. Ma'am, you're probably dealing with a beta mod. And he's also probably more introverted than extroverted, and you're probably more extroverted. So I take it back. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he won't go and bang some other woman. Maybe he will, even as a beta mod. Who knows, right? But you got a guy that's antisocial. Why in the world would you marry a man that's beta and makes less money than you? So you can control him, man? Man, you sound pretty controlling. Then my jealous ass two-faced mother, listen to your language. Then my jealous ass two-faced mother proceeded to tell me that she is glad he is not going because if he had been going, her and my youngest son wouldn't have gone. This, ma'am, what kind of grammar is that? Wouldn't have went. Well, kiss my A star. Ma'am, your behavior and your attitude is horrible. I would never want to be around any woman that behaves like this. I want to be with a woman that is happy and wants to just hang out when I'm not working and enjoy our downtime together and just get away from it all. Man, you sound like a piece of work, man. Well, kiss my A star. Why didn't you ungrateful heathen say this back in February when I was planning all this? Maybe you didn't take their thoughts and feelings into consideration. Maybe you didn't sit down and talk with them about this, man. Man, it sounds like to me you wear the pants. It sounds like you are behaving like the man in the relationship and he's behaving like the woman. You've got an issue with the sexual polarity being flipped. So now I am canceling this S star T. Are you doing that yourself, ma'am? Or has Reddit just silenced you there? Or are you using the texting program that does it? So now I am canceling this S star T. This poop hole, right? This shithole family vacation, and we'll turn it into a solo one. You gonna go hook up with Chad or Tyrone or both while you're on this vacation, ma'am? I am sick of the ungrateful family members that I take care of. Wow. Wow. This sounds like someone's wife that I know. This guy wants to get out of the marriage, but he's still in it. Wow. Wow, this woman, wow. I would have been already gone. Like, after reading the first paragraph, if I was with this woman. And I figured out how she is. I am sick of the ungrateful family members that I take care of. The only one that doesn't give me grief is my youngest son. Vent over. Your youngest son is probably not old enough to comprehend what's really happening. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Absolutely, ma'am. You're absolutely wrong. Completely. Ma'am, you're not even realizing what's happening here. You're the one that's being ungrateful, inconsiderate, immature. You're acting like a 2-year-old. You're the breadwinner and you resent your husband because you're the breadwinner. But you decided to marry him still, ma'am. Now, unless he was the breadwinner initially and you surpassed him, that's his problem for not, working harder and getting promoted and making equal money or more money than you. You have no respect for your husband, ma'am, because you perceive him to be weaker than you. And there is your answer, ma'am. Okay? You're completely wrong, ma'am, because you're the one that decided to marry this guy and date this guy. And you think this guy changed all of a sudden, ma'am? No, ma'am. Maybe initially he was providing for you. Now you surpassed him and you're like, oh, well, it doesn't feel the same. Yeah, ma'am, you don't respect him. You don't respect him because you surpassed him and you feel more of a man than you perceive him to be. That's it. Anyway, we're at 58 minutes. We're going to start wrapping this up. It's interesting. This one had no comments. Nobody wanted to comment on this, and this was written 5 months ago and wasn't shared anywhere else. I should go in there and just transcribe, me reading this or just share the video link. Ma'am, here you go. Watch my video on YouTube, my live stream replay, and then maybe you'll understand why people don't, want to be around you. You'll understand why your husband doesn't want to go. Your husband's probably like, man, she's just too much. And man, you're behaving like the man in the relationship. Anyway, we're going to go back to full screen. Nobody chatting tonight, but I know there were a bunch of people watching behind the scenes. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And if you're watching on the replay, please comment, and I'll get back to you throughout the day. Please like, share, subscribe. I may or may not do that 80 stream tomorrow. It depends. on how I feel. I was mentioning at the beginning of this show. If I don't do it tomorrow, it will be done sometime this week. All right? So time for me to get some rest. Have yourselves a great day. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.